My name is Danny Ross, and I'm going to be your host this evening for our AI in 1 hour. Essentially, we're going to take you on a little journey from what is AI through the beginnings of learning how to AI prompt to the most advanced agentic AI app development platform on the planet. So you're going to get a whole range of training in this 1 hour. Please feel free to share if you have any specific questions you'd like to get answered. I'm happy to jump in and out of the agenda that I have for this evening to answer questions. I like it to be interactive as possible. I've been in this space for over 30 years. My most recent experience was selling into the Fortune 100 space. I particularly like technology that helps people. Tonight, I'm going to focus in on frameworks and specific real world use cases that'll help you with understanding AI and the best way to use these tools from a very high level. So, what is AI? Simple. AI started many years ago as machine learning. Then it went to supervised machine learning, which is where we add our knowledge, human beings, into the mix and guide the AI in the direction we want it to go. And then after that became, of course, later on pure generative AI, which we know and love today. So that's kind of like the real short history of it. How well you can communicate with AI is really just a practice skill. And for some of us, it's an upskill. For some of us, it's brand new. So it's really just being able to cover everything you need to make sure the AI completely understands you. Being specific helps you immensely when you chat. So here's generative AI, and there's a few different examples here. ChatGPT, the OG, if you will, Gamma, Perplexity. These are all tools where you can give a text prompt and it'll respond back to you. And then we have specialized AI, which are a little more focused on specific types of tasks. So in the case of Midjourney, Leonardo, Ideogram, it's about text to image. So you give it text prompt and it gives you a really fantastic image, generally speaking. HeyGen is to create videos. Suno creates music. So just some examples. And then you have personalized AI like BiWeekly.ai, which is the no-code platform that I'm going to show you in a little while. And then most recently, we also have agents added there, and we also have the Famous.ai, which we're going to talk a little bit about, which is a no-code app development platform. And that's really exciting as far as the latest and greatest. So we're going to talk about some of those. What's the difference between an agent and a bot? So ChatGPT and other large language models are primarily known for their conversational chatbot style prompt response type AI. And those are generative pre-trained transformers, hence ChatGPT. And the latest and greatest are basically agents, which still run on large language models, but now these agents can perform tasks for you. I mentioned Famous.ai. We'll spend quite a bit of time kind of looking at some of that. And in Famous, the interesting thing about it is you can give it a task to create and build an app. It's like hiring a development team or a CTO, Chief Technology Officer of a development team, and giving them, hey, this is what I want to build in a sentence format, a prompt format, and it goes off and does that task for you. So that's the difference. Essentially, an agent is, generally speaking, you give it the task, it goes off and does it. It has multiple capabilities in one system, broad range of abilities, and in real time, it'll see, okay, there's a problem, I need to fix that, and it'll keep going throughout the task as much as it can. It'll come back for directions and updates, but it's really, you kick it off and it really just runs. So I'm going to bounce over to Famous here. Let me give you, we'll start there, I think. That kind of gives you an idea. Let's see, we have a note-taking app, we have a photo gallery, a recipe finder, or a task manager. Okay, cool. So let's take a look at Dr. Wendy's site here, or Dr. Hick's site here. I like to drop these into the Magic Show. There we go. I like it. Very cool. Yeah, Sufol hair types, our collection. Very nice, nice, nice. And then we have the different things here. You can shop. Okay, very cool. So this is a very nice site. I like it. And so I'm going to drop that. I'm going to start two different tasks. If you could think of an app you need for your business that you don't have right now, what would it be? In other words, if you were going to build a custom app for your business, what would you build? If you have an idea. If you don't, it's fine. So this tool is in what we call the BiWeekly.ai platform. And it is a 60 plus app platform where you can essentially launch your business. So it's a no code platform. And I'm doing this to kind of just give you a little background since we have some other new people on here, but most of you have seen this. And essentially, you can sign up for free, and it's AI for entrepreneurs effectively. You can start a 7 day free trial. These are some of the apps. I'm going to play around with one right now that kind of gives you an idea of how the AI apps work in the platform. So let's start off our magic show with the AI video creator. It's a very simple app to use, one of my favorites. And so you can say to the AI, hey, I want a little quick 90-second, 30-second video, and it's going to do that for you. You can pick a voice. So, for example, this is Adam's voice.
Welcome to our AI-powered platform.
He's all over the internet, and I'm going to pick Sarah. I'm scrolling down. You can't see me going all the way down. I'm going to pick a color scheme that's close to the one that you're using. It doesn't have to be exact. You can put in the exact color code to get it where you want it to be. And then you can also decide if it's portrait or a landscape. Oh, you can also pick the music. So here's the selection for music. You can upload your own music. There's actually an instrumental music maker in the platform that you can use to create your own versions of music. I'm going to stick with something neutral for this particular one. And from there, you just tell it to go. All right, create the video. So let that run. It takes about 4 or 5 minutes to run. I know it says 8, but it never takes that long. And while that is going, let's see if anybody had any ideas. So a fragrance company, what kind of an app would a fragrance company would like? Maybe samples? No. There's no way that I know of right now to deliver a smell across the internet. Not yet, anyway, but I'm sure Amazon's working on it. Let's see. Our story. Look at the world. It's about embracing your unique essence, body chemistry. Okay. So, do you do some sort of a choose a freak? I was going to just say that based on their personality. So, you're going to have to help me with the key. So, look, first of all, here's what I would suggest. And this is something that AI can help you with. There is something that I teach all of my students that are building using a quiz slash survey as a lead magnet. And essentially, you can drop this into a Facebook ad, you can drop it into a Reels, TikTok, Instagram, anywhere on social media just to grab someone's curiosity. And then you get them drawn in, and then from there, you can kind of go the next level. So I'll give you an example of what I mean as we go along here. So let me get a prompt going here for a quiz. I like this. This is changing my magic show a little bit. I like the idea of doing that instead. So let me get this one running. Cool. So we're going to run this in both places. So let me grab the quiz here. Let's see if we can find the good prompt that I want to use for this lead gen quiz. I like that. Let's use this one here. There we go. All right, this is good. All right, so I have a chat that I did recently, and I'm going to run through this. Your world-class expert business strategist, understanding. Perfect. Let's see. So we're going to say understand the health. and beauty industry. So what I'm building here, and I'll actually show you how I do these prompts, but I just want to get this started. It'll run while we chit chat and learn more about how to create a good prompt. Industries specializing in fragrances, fragrances, and that are matched to personalities and body chemistry. All right, cool. I want you to help me build a brief for a quiz where I collect information from visitors and package and report. Okay, from users and give them the benefits of, and on this quiz to go through custom fragrance. I want this quiz to go through competent business and where we can help design. Yeah, we'll make this short of their life. And we go through comprehensive Q&A about all areas of their personalities. And so we will actually, let me save this document, save as fragrancy quiz. And I'll give you this as well when we're done. All right, cool. So we'll save that there. Actually, I have no idea where I just saved that to. That's hilarious. Save as. Where did I save it to? Yeah, see, that's not where I wanted to go. Let's put it in downloads. Then I can find it. All right, that's where we come in. So, welcome to her as a testament and fusion of creativity and passion. It's about fragrance, about some embarrassing. Okay, perfect. Soul fusion, musical size blends, listed spirits, a collection become. Oh my God, perfect. Join us. Uniquely you, I like that. All right, so we're going to grab all of this and drop it into the prompt. This is where we come in. And so I'm going to add all this to the prompt so that it learns about you and your business. It was really interesting. This is where we come in, and I'm going to show you what I'm pasting in just a second. All right, so I need to paste it. It's pasting it in black, so I need to paste it in as just text, of course. Keep text only. All right, perfect. And it isn't just about fragrance, blah, blah, blah. All right, so now I'm going to get this next paragraph here without the picture. This is hilarious. You guys are watching me copy paste things. That is truly hilarious. All right, I can get up to there. You shouldn't have to suffer through this, but again, this is what happens when you improvise. And so you guys are getting fun watching me do silly things here, but it'll be worth it in the end, I promise. And then, so we're going to grab this here, and that is uniquely you. I love that. And so we'll grab all of that, drop it in. Perfect. Let's get this in here. All right, now we've got a good amount here. All right, so now we have this. We've got the uniquely you. We specialize in da 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 services. We don't need all of that. Please provide me financial. Yep, we'll just grab this here. Okay, cool. So now we're going to get the AI to help us write a brief that we're going to then convert into a quiz. All right, so we're going to grab that. We're going to take that information and we're going to put it in a couple different AIs. And so we're going to drop it into our OG ChatGPT. So I'm showing you how to run this in multiple AI tools. And we're going to run it in BuiltBiz as well. By the way, let's see what the AI by itself with no help from me came up with for your video.
Introducing Harmony by Wendy Renee, your go-to for hair and body fragrance crafted from 100% naturally derived ingredients. Free from parabens, phthalates, and alcohol, it's designed to maintain moisture balance while enhancing your mood with amazing scents. Perfect for all hair types, you can trust the expertise of Dr. Wendy Renee, a seasoned lock consultant. Available in 6 unique fragrances, Harmony serves as a hair deodorizer, body fragrance, linen spray, and room freshener. Enjoy a unique mood-enhancing experience that allows both you and your surroundings to smell fantastic. Embrace the confidence of great-smelling hair. Try Harmony by Wendy Renee today and share the love.
I would take out some of the extra detail that it added. So, introducing Harmony by Wendy Renee, for example, I would go here and I would grab one of these photos. Let's see. I would use this photo. I like that one. Let's do this. Doo-doo-doo. So, we're doing this the sloppy way, but it'll get the point across. It'll get the point across. And so I'll just grab that image right there. And let's go back in here and upload that. So where did we just throw that into the screenshot? Yep, something like that. It's unfortunately it's not, it's going to get cut off. Free from parabens, affiliates, and alcohol. I would probably change this to something that everyone can understand, free from chemicals, right? And even though you're being specific, the average person, you just need to tell them it's bad. So, chemicals, dangerous chemicals, perhaps, right? And that's really all you, for a layman. The expert knows what all of those things are. Perfect for all hair types. You can trust the expertise. And so I don't know what this was trying to be. I would pick a photo of something that actually makes more sense. So, for example, here, let's see, have there we go. That makes more sense, right? So we want to find something that matches the conversation, but still makes more sense. Available in 6 unique fragrances. And then for this, I would go right to the shop and pick a image that made sense. There we go. This one's good. See if I can get the image. Sorry, folks. But you're seeing what I'm doing, right? I'm essentially editing this video with just a few pictures, change the words a little bit to make more sense. And let's see what we got here. Let me move this window over a little. There we go. So I can grab it. That's perfect picture. Can I grab it? All right, we'll do it the old school way. And just grab that. And it doesn't really matter if it's the right one. It's just a picture that we want to upload. So now I have a better picture there. And we go back in here and upload that picture. And it should be here in downloads. Perfect. And then we have enjoy a mood enhancing experience that allows you both your sounds to smell fantastic. So again, I'm just grabbing some images off the website. And you could also generate these images, so you don't have to use them in any particular way. Oh, that's actually a nice picture of your tools as well. So that's environment, testimonials, events, home. I already used that picture. Oh, that's a good picture right there. But I like that. Motion. All right, so let's use that one. It doesn't exactly match what we want, but it's fine. We're just going to use it as a placeholder, and that way we can show off Dr. Renee and Wendy Renee. Yeah, Dr. Renee. I think I got that one. Screenshot. Perfect. Embrace the confidence. I would probably change this image out as well, but for the purpose of our demo, we're going to just rock and roll with that one. Okay, so now we've got that going. Let's go back to we were on our way to our chat. Let's see what we've got here. And like I said, you can do this in almost any AI. So here's the comprehensive brief strategy targeting women 25 to 50, the tone, soulful, affirming, confident, like that. And you can, what's your soul fusion scent? Which scent matches your energy, your vibe, your scent match? Find a fragrance that feels like you. So between 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which one do you like, Wendy? Dr. Hicks? Or if you have a better name for the quiz, feel free to drop it in the chat. One of those four, and one that you've come up with yourself that you like better. Which scent matches your energy? Okay, good. All right, so we'll use that one. And we'll tell the AI we want to use that one. And in the quiz, how do your friends describe you? Emotional energy. And again, this is just a demo, but you would come up with these yourself. And so you would answer each one of these. And I'm going to give you this whole thread, so don't worry about getting notes. So this is interesting. Scent matching logic. Be calm, nurturing, grounded, loves. Peace, balance, affirming, and natural. Quiet, softly powerful. SHIM, flirty, fun. I like this. And it's just putting this all together. Tech stack, very cool. I like it. Approve the final quiz structure and logic and style. All right. All of this is pretty good for something that we just started. Normally, what I would do is go through the product brief, do some analysis on my target audience, and you would go step by step through all of this. But we have enough to go ahead and let me grab the next prompt here. We got a customer there. He said, okay, you're writing a comment. Below four emotionally focused reports tailored to response readiness score. Step two. All right, we're going to jump a couple of steps here in my long document. There, we're not going to do all of this for the demo. Okay. Yep, we're not going to write a bio. We're not going to do any of that stuff. We're just going to jump right into the quiz. I just want to make this part of the demo. Very cool. All righty. I want you to create a landing page that's going to communicate the value of taking this quiz. Yeah, okay, cool. The framework for is going to be a landing page. Create a landing page, compelling, hook, and engaging people to take this quiz. Okay, that works. I like that. All right, let me grab this here. We're going to drop this in here. That's going to be a landing page. It's going to be community value, taking this quiz, and outcome, opportunity, conversation with a beauty expert about creating a custom fragrance or a deeper exploration of our products. I encourage people to take the quiz called Which Scent Matches Your Energy. All right, so we're going to tell it, and that's what we're going to create. All right, so it's going to create the overall landing page, and then now I'm going to tell it, I want you to make this into a comprehensive prompt, which I can use for Famous.ai to create the quiz app. All right. So I'm going to take some shortcuts here, but this is going to create the prompt that we're going to use to create this in Famous.ai. And then that's enough of the magic show. Now I'll go back to teaching. All right, cool. So we're going to copy all of this and just drop it in. And there we go. That's good enough to get started. Show auto send results, tag options. Let's drop this prompt. You can literally create a prompt that detailed and put that in there. AI just helped me create it. Once they finish the quiz, pause and collect their information, name, email, and phone before showing the results. And the reason why we're doing that is this is a lead gen tool. So we want to capture their information before we let them go any further into getting the results. Because now they've invested all that time, they're curious, and they're going to want to know what the results are. So they'll give you a minimum amount of information. Let me pause here to walk through just understanding how I created those prompts and make sure you are getting some education on AI. So what is AI Super Self? It's a concept we have at 1000X, and I'm a trainer with 1000X team. And we believe in AI Super Self, which is essentially when you take your personality, your knowledge, and you add it to the 1000X playbook and training, combine that with AI, that's how you create your AI Super Self. So effectively, as I said, it's that merging of technology and human beings that makes you irreplaceable. So if you're worried about getting left behind and you're trying to learn this technology, we have all the tools that'll kind of help you go in that. One of the big tools that we use is called the create method. You may have heard of power prompts, super prompts. It's really simple and you'll get this video, so don't worry about taking notes. The idea is first thing you do is you set the context, which is where you tell the AI to who you want to invite to the conversation. It could be someone, you could say you're a copywriter, you're a doctor, you're an engineer. So you want the AI to take the place. You're a journalist, you're a sales manager. Who do you want to invite? You can invite historical figures. You can have a conversation with Steve Jobs about technology, Warren Buffett about investing, Maya Angelou on writing poetry. So you can invite anyone to the table and have a conversation with them via AI because AI knows pretty much everything that's on the internet. So it can emulate being those individuals or experts. It's like hiring a team for a very minimal amount of money. So you can also say, hey, I want this specific result. I want you to help me write 5 emails for my next marketing campaign. I want you to help me build a website. I want you to help me write a speech that I'm giving to my constituents. You know, I'm a politician. I want you to help me write an agreement between party A, party B in the state of Georgia, that kind of thing. So you can be very, and you must be very specific when you speak with the AI. That's where you get the clarity of a good response from it. Set the context, and then very important that you tell it exactly what you want from it. The more direct you are, the better the results. And then you go further. You can say, all right, I want a detailed version. I want a summarized version. I want you to compare and contrast. I want you to critique this for me. I want you to help me persuade someone to do this, right? So you can set it up and tell it what, in addition to the actual document or plan you want it to build, how you want that to be done, right? So even more detailed explanation. The next thing that's important is your target audience. You've ever heard that show, the Who's Smarter Than the Fifth Grader? So I make sure when I create websites and content for marketing that it's addressable and understandable by everyone. So you want to make it simple, easy, clear to understand, unless you're writing your thesis for your PhD or something, or your master's. So you want to say, I want to target women, I want to target men, I want young adults. I want to write this book for children. I want this for marketing for entrepreneurs, like the ones that are on this call. So you can target different groups and be specific. And then here you can go one step further and say the type of tone you want. I want it to be persuasive, salesy. I want it to be entertaining, informative. I want it to be humorous. I want it to be emotional. You know, I'm writing a book on something that's touching, right? Inspirational, that kind of thing. And then when you get that first, don't take that first pass. Go back again. AI is extremely good, never gets tired at iterating, ideating, going through, revise, rewrite, summarize, simplify. It's too complex. Make it simpler. In AI, most AIs today, there's a tool called deep research. And the difference is it won't give you an immediate response. It may take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but it'll go out and check sources and give you all the detailed information of how it came to that conclusion. So AI is very, very powerful researcher. So use that when you're trying to come up with your business plan, or say, hey, we're stagnant. We need to come up with new ideas. So I did a video today on thinking outside the box and how AI can help you with that. So that's going to be recorded. It's in the platform. So that's another benefit of being in the platform. You get a ton of recordings. So you could say to it, I want you to be an author, a world-class Amazon published winning Pulitzer winning author. I want you to help me write an outline for a book that I'm doing, summarizing the benefits of AI in business, targeting business owners. I want it to be inspirational. And so your prompt may look like this. So you are a New York Times bestselling author. Context. Write a chapter by chapter outline for a book. What do you want? Summarizing. So again, I don't want the details yet. I'm doing the outline. 5 steps business owners can take to learn AI using BiWeekly so they can increase sales and grow revenue in record time. Write this in an inspirational tone. So that's an example of a really strong prompt. And again, you're going to get this whole thing. Let's go back and see how our AIs are doing. So here you go. Here's the quiz that Famous.ai created for us. It's interesting. It's not well, funny enough, it actually has some of your colors in it. So that's kind of interesting. And so this is a landing page, effectively a summary, right, of what they're going to get. Insights into your energy and self-care rituals. All right, let's go ahead and take the quiz. This should be interesting. How do your friends describe your vibes? This is a short quiz. It's only 6 questions. Nurturing and grounding, deep and mysterious, fun and unpredictable. I would say somewhere between nurturing and grounded and peaceful and soothing, somewhere in between there. Yeah, I'll go with nurturing. All right. What emotion do you give off in a room? Warmth, power, calm, mystery, joy. And it's a little tough one. I'm not particularly warm. I am usually happy. Calm, definitely calm. So, one of the funny things, I'm a retired DJ. I was on the radio for many years. My DJ name was Paradox, and the reason why is I'm highly technical on one side, love technology, but on the other side, I'm a creative and I love entertaining people and things like that. So, trying to put me into one of these boxes is almost physically impossible. All right, the same thing with the personality test. I scored high in personality A, but then I was also technical. I think that was D. So I'm all over the place. All right, your ideal self-care ritual. I'm a guy. I don't care about any of this stuff. Dancing and candles, guided meditation, singing in the mirror. I do have music, but I don't sing because I have a horrible voice. Dancing with candles lit. Nope. All right, so we'll go with singing in the mirror while getting dressed, even though that's not completely accurate. What's your hair energies right now? Locked and proud, big and bold, sleek and polished. That would be me. And what space feels most like you? A healing retreat, buzzing rooftop, moody lounge with incense, a bright art studio with loud music. Wow, that one is a little tougher. This is hilarious. I love this. When someone hugs you, what should they feel? Peace, spark, comfort, intrigue, happiness. I like happiness or comfort. Both of those are pretty much, I think, what I would like people to feel. So I'll go with that one. So this is great. It's asking me for my information. And then I'd love to seek, oh, this is even better. It's like I'd love to seek a beauty expert with custom fragrances. Reveal my scent match. All right, my scent is SHIM. So you'll have to explain to me what SHIM is. I love it. This is good. Yeah, I do like citrus. I don't know about all 3 of them together, but hey, what do I know? Claim your Soul Fusion scent. This thing is awesome, off the chain, right? Hey, look, it even gave a discount, 20%. By the way, you can easily change that discount. So let's say you wanted to change that discount. You could say something to the AI like, change the discount from 20% to 15%, and then hit go. And literally, it will take a look at what you just asked it to do. It's like having an AI development team at your beck and call. And so it is a super powerful tool. All right, so while that's running, let's go back now and take a look at the video that it just created. This is a fun magic show kind of day. Let's see what it's got.
Introducing Harmony by Wendy Renee, your go-to for hair and body fragrance crafted from 100% naturally derived ingredients. Free from dangerous chemicals and alcohol, it's designed to maintain moisture balance while enhancing your mood with amazing scents. Perfect for all hair types, you can trust the expertise of Dr. Wendy Renee, a seasoned lock consultant. Available in 6 unique fragrances, Harmony serves as a hair deodorizer, body fragrance, linen spray, and room freshener. Enjoy a unique mood-enhancing experience that allows both you and your surroundings to smell fantastic. Embrace the confidence of great-smelling hair. Try Harmony by Wendy Renee today and share the love.
So just simple things like that. I would maybe add 1 or 2 more slides to it to get that CTA or call to action. Let me do a couple of things here. I'm going to go into the vault and grab that video, download. Why is there a problem downloading the file? It should not be one. There we go. And let's go to the folder where it is. Drag it and drop it into the chat so you have that. All right, cool. So there you go. So you can easily edit that into your heart's content until you like it. Let me tell you a little bit about the platform, and then we'll go back and see what Famous has built for you. So you can see as soon as you jump into the platform, the first thing you see is start here. It has videos welcoming you. We have a replay of the 1 hour. So I'm going to update this video with the one that we're recording right now. The create method, an example of using the platform to create that ad like we just did. You can see an even better example I did for a cleaning company. Here are some of the apps. There's 60 plus apps in the platform. So here are a few of them. Kind of tells you a little bit about the platform, how to use the apps. And then when you go back, let's go back up here. You got to just bounce back here. There's the next one over is the AI Lunch and Learn. I do that every Tuesday at noon. Some of you may have come over from ABC, Atlanta Black Chambers, to Tuesday Talks. So I'm always on there. You can register so that you'll get the notifications. You can also add it to your calendar. The Thursday edition is for people who white label my platform, BiWeekly.ai, and I'll explain what that is in a second. There's also previous recordings did in one of the lessons. So you can read the topic and see what it was about and go watch that training. So there's training and we're adding new ones all of the time. I'm about 6 weeks behind, but I'm trying to catch up. There's apps to create images. So for example, I'm getting ready to do a white label version of Famous and I'm creating some logos. I'm testing out different logos. I was doing some UGC content, user-generated content. So I have a spokesperson that I'm creating. You can create when you white label, for one of the things you can do is change all the branding. So all of the colors in the platform, you make it your own, put your own name at the top. That's called a white label. You can also just affiliate with us. So there's lots of ways to make money from the platform if you want to. You get a little link, and the link will have your name there. You can sell it for whatever you want. But if you're just affiliating, you're going to be at $19.95 a month. And then it has a description of the primary apps, and you can kind of see. This is actually the best way to see all the apps and what they do. And like I said, there's a ton of them in here, and we're adding new ones all of the time. So you can see the affiliate version of it. Click the little search and you can search for any app, just typing a few words. The white label one you would unlock, it's $27 more a month, so it's $46.95 total. But now you can resell the entire platform, change the pricing. You can make the monthly on it $49.95 if you want to. You can do whatever you want. It's your platform to resell, change all the colors, all of that. So those are 2 ways you can make money. To sign up for us, you just go here to BiWeekly.ai, and we're going to go back to the app in just a second. I'll get that URL for you. BiWeekly.ai, and then we're also having training. We have training at the end of the month. Watch the video, learn more details about it, but essentially it's on July 31st to the 1st. It's a 2-day event. It's recorded if you can't make the exact times. It's $297 for 2 days, so pretty darn good deal. You get certified as a certified AI app builder. And then we have other training that we offer as well. I just started a cohort on becoming a AI app agency that runs for 4 weeks. Let me drop my calendar in there one more time, and then we'll go back and see the results of what we were working on and play around a little bit more with the other tool. There we go. Let me drop my calendar in there again. So if you want to reach out to me, there's my calendar. And then my email address, I'll drop that in there. All right. So I got all those things in before I ran out of time. If you've been on my training, sometimes I'm doing this at 7:30. All right. So we're doing pretty well. Let's go back to Famous and see what it did. If I take the quiz again, let's see. I'm just going to pick different numbers and different items and go from there. I'll put in a different one. It doesn't matter. It would still give me the answer, whether I put in a different one or not. I've gone to one, and there's my cent, and now the discount is 15%. So editing it, you don't have to know anything about coding. Now, what can you do with this app? So the next thing I would do if I wanted to make sure that each person who put in a quiz answer was captured properly, because right now it's just kind of keeping it in the browser. So you're not actually getting all of this information. What I would do is create a sign up and log in for this app. And what that does is it tells it, all right, so now I need to actually create a way to create unique information for each person who does this quiz, because Danny actually wants to track it. So it's going to say you need to create a Superbase project. Think of it as a file cabinet or a database where you can store that information. So if you've never created one, you can create a free one. So you can tie that so that it has a place to put all of this. I already have signed up for Superbase, of course, so I'm just telling it to create a new project. And that'll give it what it needs to start putting together the sign up and login functionality into the app. I'll show you around the platform a little more. You can create websites in the platform, BiWeekly. And in the website creator, you can create all kinds of websites. So, for example, you're in a health and beauty space, and this is my wife's site, and she is Sister Locks, and that's her right there. My beautiful wife. And so I built this site for her. She just started. And so she's just getting started and launching her business. So you can build all kinds and styles of websites in the platform. Hosting is included. It's $20 a month for everything that you're seeing, the 60 apps plus. So it's sort of a no-brainer to me as to why you should sign up. But again, you do get a 7-day free trial to play around with it. You can buy a domain, buy an email, business phone number. There are tons and tons of apps, as you saw when I scrolled down there. I need to give you the link to this app. So what you would do, let it finish doing this part here. It tells you on the left here exactly what it's doing. This is called vibe coding, by the way, where agents create these tools. What's fascinating about our vibe coding tool is not only can you build landing pages, you can build apps, you can build mobile apps. We give you everything you need to submit your app to the Apple Store or the Google Play Store, all built into the platform. You can start for free with this as well. And as you start building, it's basically the free one is limited to 5 prompts a day, 30 a month. And when you run out, you just wait till the next day. Or you can upgrade to a paid version of it. Famous, it helps me track who you are, a little discount, never hurt anyone. There you go. So that's the link if you are interested. So yeah, BuiltBiz.ai, which is the platform with the 60 plus apps. And then you have Famous.ai, which is for building your own app. Anything you want to build, you can build with this. So now I can sign in. There's a sign in button. And so it says, welcome back. And if you don't have an account, you click here to sign up. And that would allow me to register so I can log in, right? And I could tell it, hey, give me 2 buttons. Give me one for sign up and one for log in so that, it keeps it consistent, that kind of thing. So you have just tell it. Literally, I would just say, hey, add a sign up, separate sign up button so that I can, keep them separated. So those are the kinds of things you can do just by typing in a few words here on the left. It creates those here. I'll pause and see if anyone has a question. Hey, Dr. Hicks. Oh, okay. That's how I started. Perfect. Love it. I'll actually, by the way, I'll share your website with Millie, see if she has any questions, and then I can tell her you're a prospective future customer. So we kind of did quite a bit tonight, and I love the fact that we were able to build a little quiz for you. So let me give you that link. So the way that this works here is you can publish this. Until you publish it, it's completely private. What's nice is the way that we work, we don't force you to make your app public. You do that if you want to. And then when you go under manage here, you can see information about your app. You can add your own domain. So like if you wanted to, you could make the app subdomain. So it could be app.harmony or quiz.harmony.by wendyrenee.com, right? So make it a subdomain of your existing domain. So you don't have to buy a new domain for it. So it's just a quiz, right? So you just want it to be a leader. So what I would do is two things. I would get the quiz and I would put it on a sales funnel. You can build a sales funnel right in the platform using the app that I showed you earlier. I'll drop the quiz there and then point people to it. Or you could take the quiz, take the domain URL and drop it into an ad that you run in Facebook or on social media posts, wherever, right? Draw people in, let them take the quiz for free, and then they bounce over and consult with you or visit your website. So that's the idea. You give them some value for free. Once you've paid, you can click that on and off. And then you can make it a private project, a public project, that kind of thing. You can clone it and share it with other people if you want to give it to them. But then more importantly, here's where you can click the link and you have this gobbledygook until you add your own URL. But that is what you would use to share with other people and they can take your quiz. And just like that, we've created a fully functioning app. This allows you to then create what's called a white label of it as well. So you can actually create your own version of it. And so I'm going to be creating my own version called App Server, AppZerver, App Server. And that's going to be I'll replace all of this with my own branding soon. So I just want to show you how this kind of works and stay tuned for AppZerver and I'll send you guys the link. And if you want to jump on Famous using my version, because I'll have some more customizations, of course, because it's the idea of white label. You customize it, add functionality to the platform. It gives a lot of power to everybody to be able to do this. So I'll pause again. Any questions from anyone? We really did rock and roll through some good magic show today. I like the end results. We got a good video. We saw the platform, or at least touched on the platform. We really haven't even scratched the surface. There's so many apps in here. Check out the videos if you haven't already. I hope everybody enjoyed our hour. It went by very quickly. I will be around to answer questions. You can hit me up on my email or just jump into the calendar. We can have a lot of fun that way as well. We'll sit down and talk about your projects. We'll build websites, sales funnels. We'll white label for you. So we'll brand it, your coloring and everything. So you can create all the custom apps you want. I was going to show you the spokesperson app because I thought that might be also useful in your industry. So you can take a picture. So you saw some of those photos that I generated. You can actually take a photo of the little girl I had. Obviously, you would edit it past that first part there. But then you would have this video here and you would just...
You call yourself a CEO, but you don't even know your AIQ score. Me? I already know mine. I run things at Recess and in the metaverse. Take the quiz. Beat my score if you can.
Yeah. So that's another quiz. So you can create a video from a photo. I generated her image in the other app that I have here, Hyperrealistic AI. And she was just one of these images that I generated. So first I generated the image, then I had the AI help me write the script that I wanted to use with it. I fed that into that app that I just showed you, the AI spokesperson app, and it'll generate from a photo, or you can use the models that are already in the app. They have several. You've seen those all over the internet. All right, everyone. I hope you had a really good evening, and I know I did. All right, everyone. Bye bye. You guys have a fantastic evening.